Welcome to Adventures with Danno. Today's live show, we're going to be talking about vacations. Where do you vacation? How do you vacation? Ways we can try and save money on our vacation. And now that it seems like everybody is starting to get vaccinated, people are ramping up their plans to vacation. So if you happen to miss this live chat today, make sure you leave a comment below. Let me know where you like to vacation. And Jamie, I see you on here. How you doing? Adventures by Jamie. Jamie's a travel agent. She's a travel agent for Disney and among many other things. It is definitely the perfect time to book. I'll tell you what, Jamie, we're going to let a couple more people get in the chat here. Give everybody a couple minutes here and I'll talk a little bit about it. Hope everybody's having a great Friday night. What better way to spend your Friday night than hanging out with your best friend? Hey, Barry. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Let a couple more join here, and then we'll get into the thick of it here. Are a couple things I'm going to chat about before we get into the vacation thing. I did finish my 5-day vlog challenge. And for any of those, for any of you who have watched any of the 5-day vlog challenge that I did, I filmed, edited, and put the video out the next day. Every day, I filmed something, put it out the next day. It was a true challenge. I am wiped out. I was actually considering doing this live show tomorrow because I am just beat to death. So I'm going to do my best to get through the evening and just hang out with you guys and chat it up. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Jessica. My wife. She's in the other room right now checking out some previews to the Masked Singer. She has an idea of who one of them is already. She can say it if she wants to. I will not. Hey, Jason. How you doing, man? And for those of you just joining, Jason also has a YouTube channel where he does a bunch of outdoor stuff, outdoor adventures, similar to some things that we do here. It's pretty awesome. It's a great channel. You should check it out. And he just crossed 300 subscribers too. So congratulations, buddy. You're on your way. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about adventures, right? Because that's what we're about, adventures. Our biggest adventures are our vacations. And for those of you who watch the show know that me and Jessica love Disney World. Jessica says Hanson. She believes one of the Masked Singers is Hanson, so place your bets. So two of the places that we visit are the Smoky Mountains and Disney World. Now, we like to go other places, but our two main places of focus are Disney World and the Smoky Mountains. Smoky Mountains because it's about a 5-hour drive. Disney World's about a 14-hour drive, but we usually stay for a couple weeks. So also Adventures by Jamie here. Jamie, she's a travel agent, an all-around travel agent. She's a travel agent for Disney, and she's a really great person. And if you guys are wanting to book a trip, any kind of vacation, you can contact her. This is her YouTube channel, Adventures by Jamie. Go to her channel, subscribe, send her a message. She'll get in touch with you. Now, Jamie, I don't know how to really do your link on here, but if you feel free to leave a link on here for your travel agency if you wish. Yes. Yeah, and that's the one great thing about her travel agency is it's all free. So basically for the same thing that you would do to do your own, like, let's just take Disney, for example. Like, if you were to set up everything, that's a lot of work. Disney is a lot of work. If you're going down to Disney World, then I would highly recommend getting a travel agent because one, you're going to pay the same price. You're going to pay the same price whether you use a travel agent or you book it yourself. Now, me and Jessica, we've been down there so much. We know what we're doing. We do it the cheapest way possible. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Hey, Cuomo. What's up, buddy? Glad to see you guys. Hi, Violet. Hey, Naomi. Hi, Christy. and we'll discuss a little bit more about that later, Jamie, because I'll have some other Disney fans in this audience here in a few minutes. I almost forgot my coffee. That would have been real bad. So yeah, Disney is a lot of work. So if that is a vacation that you are planning, get in touch with Jamie here. She'll take care of you. Having a travel agent is really awesome. We had it when we first started going to Disney. We had a travel agent, and this guy, this was when they had the free dining, but it's almost impossible to get yourself. This is something you need a travel agent for because they will be on the phone at 3 a.m. when there's a special event or something that you are trying to get with Disney, free dining or anything like that. But another thing too, and this is kind of what I wanted to kind of focus this chat about, what kind of vacation do you do? If you had to pick a vacation, are you planning one? Are you planning on going somewhere? I know Kathy's going to Arizona here soon. Die-hard Reds fan. Go Reds. A champong's in the house. Kathy says, I have my coffee because I knew you were going to have yours. And I would want some. Absolutely. What kind of coffee are you drinking? I got the Starbucks. It's great having all you guys in here. Love doing these Friday night live shows. It's been great. This is our sixth one. Six weeks of this. This is awesome. Hey, Ozzy. Ozzy the Cockatoo has a really interesting channel. You guys should check her out too. She has a cockatoo bird, and his name's Ozzy, and he does all kinds of cool stuff. Kathy says Harry and David's caramel and chocolate. Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds good. Like a nighttime coffee. Get your sweets. Jason says we're trying to plan a budget vacation. Hadn't settled on anything just yet. Yeah, it is still, it's hard to plan anything right now. Last September, me and Jessica, for those of you who don't know, we always go to Disney World in September. Always. Well, we had to cancel last September. We did end up going in December, but we had to cancel because with Disney, and I won't keep harping too much on Disney because I know everybody's favorite vacations are different. But we had to cancel because back in May, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the planning of a trip like that. And no matter which way you go, it is not cheap. And if you're spending that kind of money, we wanted to know well in advance that we were going to be able to go, and we weren't sure because everything was closed. So we canceled. And some people are still feeling that way. It's like, yeah, it seems like there's light at the end of the tunnel, but you do have to be careful, especially if you're flying. What are the flight rules? Is the car rental place renting cars? There's all kinds of things that you need to talk to Jamie about because she's a travel agent. She probably knows all this stuff. Oh, we usually drive to Florida. It's about 14 hours. If it's a good day, I can make the whole trip if we leave at like 5 a.m. The nice thing about September is it's still light out. Me and Jess were talking about this the other day. With the time change and everything, it'll still be light out at 8 o'clock. So I can drive the whole way if, Ozzy says, going to Pigeon Forge in April. We're going the last week of April. So, yeah. Are you bringing Ozzy with you? Ventures by Jamie says, with so many changes with the pandemic, it's the perfect time to use an agent. Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree. You may know our old travel agent, Mike Rallman, there, Jamie. He's a big Disney travel agent. Actually, gave up his job to do his podcast and travel agency. It's amazing that he was able to do that. Jamie says, "Yeah, I saw a couple of your videos. Actually, one of the videos where you guys were back in that area in Gatlinburg, me and Jess love that, where they have all the little shops. I forget what they call it back there, but we're going back the last week of April. And to be honest, we haven't really planned anything. We're just going to kind of wing it. We know Jess really wants to ride that sky lift, and I don't know. It takes you up there to the sky bridge. We'll see. Annabelle. Hi, Annabelle. Nice to see you on. Annabelle is quite the artist. I wish I could share images on here. I do have another streaming platform that I use, but one of the reasons why I'm using the YouTube live platform is because one, it's easy, and this is the one I'm most comfortable with right now. I have used StreamYard, and for those of you who are, I did do a live stream with Mr. Furman. If anybody caught any of that, that was kind of all about Disney and what our favorite parks were, and both of us agreed Star Wars. Jessica says, "Hi, Annabelle." Ozzy says, "Of course, he loves it. That's awesome. You just take him anywhere. He's a fun bird." And I see more people are joining. If anybody wants to check out Ozzy's channel, she's got a really fun channel, Ozzy the Cockatoo. He's hilarious. It's a bunch of videos of Ozzy. He's funny. Kathy says, "Flying to Arizona and have to change planes in the maskless state of Texas, but federal law requires masks at the airport, so should be good. You'll be good. You'll be good." And if anybody's worried about that, which it seems like, the more and more people that are getting vaccinated, the more and more comfortable people are going to be, and the faster we can get back to normal. Annabelle says, "Hey, Jess." Oh my goodness, I need that Stitch plushie. Yes, you do. Actually, glad I brought him in here. I was going to wait a little while, but just got the new one. This is as you can see, he's got little pepperonis on here. This is from Lady and the Tramp, and they're doing a Stitch, special Stitch for every month of the year. So I guess since she's got two of them, see if I can grab this other one here. This was the first one that came out, and this is the Beauty and the Beast inspired Stitch. Say something, buddy. Hello. How are you? This is my favorite one. He's a cute little guy. We got Stitch everywhere here. This is Big Feet Stitch. Jess is a huge Stitch fan. Ozzy says, "Elkmont is great, and Parrot Mountain." Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure. I don't think I've never been to Parrot Mountain. I know that when we went to the Christmas place, they had like kind of a little spot of, it's kind of like advertising for Parrot Mountain. We need to go. It looks cool. Troll 9002, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. She has a great channel too. Definitely worth checking out. There's Dave. They are meatballs. Oh, okay, yeah. Spaghetti and meatballs. Duh. That would make sense, Lady and the Tramp. Oh, yeah. We got Stitch everywhere here, Troll. And again, you guys are free to say your names in the chat or anything. But if I know your name, though, I won't say it out of respect for you. But if you want to say your name, that's fine. I have no problem with any of that. I'm just, respect to privacy. I'm not going to just say people's names, except for Jason, except for PFAM5. Make sure I didn't miss anybody here. PFAM5 says subscribe to Ozzy so I can watch some videos later. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a great channel. You should check out his channel too, Ozzy. Great adventurer. Jason and his family got a lot of great videos. We got a small little YouTube community around here. Troll says, great, enjoying your videos. Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, I probably should have waited a little bit, but at the beginning of the video, beginning of the stream here, I was talking a little bit about that 5-day vlog challenge that I just went on. And I got to tell you, it beat me to death. I don't know. I'm going to get back to the regular schedule, a video, maybe 2 videos a week. Live stream will be every Friday at 7, unless, sometimes it might have to be on Saturday or something, but I'll let everybody know way in advance. Jason says, I don't know how to highlight your name. There's a lot of the stuff Annabelle says, I want to start streaming as well. I just don't know where to start. Well, you're lucky because you have somebody in the family that figured it out. So I will be more than happy to show you. Derelict. What's up, Danno? Love the channel, bro. Love you too, man. Thanks for showing up. Good buddy of mine. Again, I won't say names, real names in the comments, or I won't say it live here unless you say it in the chat, because that's for your privacy. Ozzy says, I want to hike with the llamas, but they are booked. Everything is going to start booking up. Like this whole stream is basically about vacations. That's kind of what I want to talk about. Take our minds off everything. If we're planning vacations, where we're going, how we're doing it. And we're talking about going back to Disney World in September, and we got to get on it. We got to start booking restaurants. With Disney, you got to book a restaurant like 6 months in advance, or you ain't going to get it. Ozzy says, oh, sorry, these comments are rolling in pretty quick. Jamie says, did you all see Disneyland opens April 1st? Yeah, we saw it. I thought it was a joke at first. It seems like a lot of stuff is opening up April 1st for some reason. And that's good. That's good. We need to start opening things up. Did you know that Disneyland is opening up at 15%? That is, what, 2 streets in California? I mean, I don't know. I don't see where they really make much money for that. Maybe they're just trying to soft open. I think Jess told me that's all California theme parks are opening up at 15%. Universal Hollywood is, I assume SeaWorld, all the big theme parks out there, Knott's Berry Farm. But at least they're opening, Everybody needs to get away, go on vacation, take some time off work. Just relax, de-stress yourself. Troll says, I really liked the zoo one. We had such a blast at the zoo. The Cincinnati Zoo is amazing because there are so many different types of animals. And what was really awesome was they were all moving around, awake. Usually when we go, they're like all asleep. Like we never get any kind of good pictures or anything because they're all either inside or asleep. You try to go to the zoo in the summer, that's like the worst time to go because it's really hot out and they're all passed out, especially the lions and tigers and bears. Mr. Furman says, hey, Danno, I see you went up in subs. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, got a couple more this week. It's pretty awesome. Kathy says, Jamie, is that an April Fool? No, it's not, Kathy. Not an April Fool. She's that's the first thing I thought. But no, it's true. Disneyland's opening up April 1st. Annabelle says, yes, please, Dan. That would be much appreciated. Absolutely, Annabelle. Also, I am in love with your Tafiti Funko Pop. Oh, yeah. I had to think about that for a second. Most of this, actually, all this is pretty much Jessica's stuff, except for this Jedi Master sign. And I got a Star Wars picture back there somewhere. My wife Casey wants to know where you get the special stitches. At the Disney store. They come out with one, I think it's the third week of the month. They only sell like 20, I think 24, somewhere like 24 to 27 of them. You got to get there early. Show if you got a Disney store by you, and I would check with that store ahead of time to make sure that they're doing the event, because we have a Disney outlet store which is about an hour north of here, and they're not doing it. So I would just check with whatever Disney store is close to you, and then whenever they start lining up early. What time did you start lining up, Dave? I met up with Mr. Furman on here to get the first one, and I showed up about 9:30, and I thought I was going to be too late. I was actually like fourth in line. Jason says, my wife Casey, I'm getting to your comments here. If I'm taking a bit here, there's trying to get to everybody. Jason says, my wife Casey, oh yeah. Barry says to Jamie, do you also do vacation packages at Universal Orlando? Yes, she does. Jamie, Barry was asking you about Universal Orlando. She's a travel agent for pretty much everywhere, I believe. But yeah, especially down there. Jess says, not anymore, 60 days. Dave says, Disney in 3 weeks. Oh, man, I'm excited for you, buddy. You guys are going to have a great time. I expect a lot of photos on Facebook. Troll says, yikes. Yeah. Jamie says, I know super small, but it's a start. Yeah, got to start somewhere. Jessica says, the stitches are on Shop Disney once a month. They are limited release, or you can get in store the fourth Saturday of the month. There we go. Jess just gave away our secret. Joel said, oh my. Jason says, thanks, Jessica. Jessica says, search Stitch Crashes Disney and you can find them. You can find info on them. Yeah, the name of the event is Stitch Crashes Disney. So if you just look that up, you can find out where you can do it online. You got to be quick online. Is that what time you got there, Dave? 8:30, and you said you were like a few back this time, weren't you? People are catching on. This is how it was when they did the Mickeys. When they did the Mickey each month. Yeah, it was like nobody went there to buy the first one. And then the first one got so popular and people were selling it for a mini fortune on eBay. So then the lines just got ridiculous. Yes, she does, Barry. Nancy B, hello. Good to see you. Jamie says, I do everything. Hotels, resorts, all-inclusives, cruises, Disney or Universal. She does everything. If you got a vacation and you have any questions, there she is. Dave says, no second incline both times. Or no. Oh, you were second in line. Okay. Well, that ain't bad. Troll says, "That's awesome, Jamie. I'll tell you, there is nothing like having a good travel agent. It makes it easy. You tell your travel agent what you want, how much you got to spend, what you want to do. Boom, she'll put it together for you. Uh, I gotta admit, when me and Jessica first got together, you know, and our love was at Disney, and I thought I was amazed by how much she knew already because her family kind of grew up in Disney and all that. But she had a really good travel agent, and he set us up for so many years until we basically got to the point where we knew everything that we wanted to do, how we wanted to do it. So, um, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work, and I assume that it's like that with any vacation, especially like a cruise. Anything like with flying, car, transportation. If you don't know, it's good to ask somebody, especially for Disney. Yes. Yeah, I mean, if we're, I probably wouldn't get if you're going to like the Smoky Mountains or something. And again, good to have a travel agent that can tell you all the ins and outs. But when me and Jessica go down to Gatlinburg or something, we just kind of wing it. It seems like every time we go down there, there's some big, huge event going on, and we're going to sit in traffic for hours. Luckily, this next time we go down, they're having that rod run, which is a really big event down there. Luckily, we're going the week after. I would like to see the rod run personally, but you talk about shoulder to shoulder traffic. I'm not interested in that. Barry says, "You got that right. I love going through travel agents." Yeah, well, get in touch with Jamie next time you want to travel there, Barry. Jamie says, "Probably easier to reach me on Facebook, Adventures by Jamie, or reach out to me personally on Facebook." Jamie Santillo. Yeah, she is on Facebook. That would probably be a lot easier. I would post her link on here if I knew how to, but some of these streaming services like StreamYard and stuff, I can do that kind of stuff on here. I don't, I'm not as, this is my sixth live stream, so I don't really, I think I could do it, right? I think I could, but I don't want to risk taking this offline by accident because knowing me, I'll hit the wrong button and it'll just crash everything. Kwame says, Naomi says she likes your Mickey and Minnie figurines. Well, thank you. We actually, Naomi, in one of the 5-day vlog challenge, I did a video where I show those figurines off. And if I sound a little tired, guys, just bear with me. I just completed that 5-day vlog challenge and I am destroyed. That was probably one of the hardest challenges I've ever done in my life. I had ideas of videos that I was going to do. Two of them, one down at the train station, which I'm going to do eventually, but for some reason it was closed. So, and a couple others I had in plan. I had to kind of change what I was doing real quick. And I had to kind of stay on my game because I don't like to lose. So I was going to make sure no matter what it was, I got a video out every day. Troll says, "Me too. I wing it." Yeah. Yeah, that's how we do it. Troll says, "You're better off walking the sidewalk for Rod Run." Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Any of those events down there, you're better walking. Somebody asked me the other day, like, "Well, would you take the trolley?" And I said, "Well, it depends on how much traffic there is, because if the traffic's all the way down the strip, you're not going to get anywhere on the trolley either. So just invest in a good pair of gym shoes." You said my last name right. Yay. That is the one thing I was good at in school was spelling and pronunciation. Troll is laughing out loud. Barry says, "No, I didn't. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the last episode." One YouTuber I watch that does movie reviews and stuff, you may know him, Emergency Awesome. I had the video had run through, and I heard something that there's some spoilers for some like sneak peeks for newer movies coming out, like Doctor Strange 2 and all that. But no, I haven't seen it yet. So Troll says I made that mistake once. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in traffic. That can be bad. Quantum says Violet and Naomi have to go to bed. They say goodnight and love you. Love you too, girls. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Two of the biggest Disney fans right there. Jamie says, sorry guys, I have to run. Dan, great job on the videos. Absolutely love your channel. Hope to meet you guys next time you are in Florida. Absolutely, Jamie. Have a good night. Thank you. And if anybody has any travel agent questions, she can answer them for you. She really knows what she's doing. Jessica says, night, Violet, Naomi. She loves you. Troll says, getting to Gatlinburg for Rod Run. Woohoo, what a nightmare. Look me an hour to get from Gatlinburg to Pigeon Forge. Yeah. Oh, I know. We were down there for some car event, like antique cars or something, and it was ridiculous. We should have just not driven anywhere. Mr. Furman says, bye, Jamie. All right. Finally caught up. So what are some of the places like where you guys like to vacation? That's kind of what we were diving into at the beginning here. Now that there's some more people. I know Jessica has never been to Disneyland, and I would sure like to go take her to Disneyland someday. We were originally planning a trip to Disneyland. You know, it was kind of in the works, not really set in stone, but then with all this happening and everything, and you always come up with the thing, like I've been to Disneyland, and I'll tell you, it's not Disney World. And she would want to go there for the history because she's a big Disney fan. We'll get out there at some point. Fernandina Beach, Florida. It's real nice fun to camp at Fort Clinch. Somebody I know just went to Fort Clinch. They said it was really awesome. I can't remember who it was, but they were just talking about that. Derelicts says going to Fort Lauderdale in May. You know, I want to say yeah. I don't know. If I have, I was really young in Fort Lauderdale. Me and Jessica have pretty much been all over Florida except for like Miami and Key West. I would love to go to Key West. I really have no want to go to Miami, but Key West would be nice. We have family down in Sarasota, Bradenton, and Northport, I think it is. All over the Gulf. Jess says family. Barry says Myrtle Beach, Orlando, Vegas, Smokies for me. Yeah, buddy. I've never been to Vegas. Never been to Vegas. Jess has. Yeah, I'd love to go. And I'd love to go not to gamble because everything that I've heard about Vegas is awesome. I'd go out there for that $5 buffet. Maybe not $5, but I hear it's real cheap. Go in there and play a game of blackjack and eat lobster for $10 all day. Mr. Furman says outside of Disney and Gatlinburg, I would say Myrtle Beach. I've never been to Myrtle Beach either. And, I'd love to go. We were going to go one summer and something happened. I'd love to go to Myrtle Beach. It's beautiful. I actually have a really good friend who just moved down that way. He's got a job as a mechanic. He's like 10 minutes away from Myrtle Beach, and he's invited me to come down there and stay, but it just never seems to work out. I'd like to go sometime, though. Dave also says we have plans to go to Disneyland and Disney Cruise. Also, maybe Disneyland Tokyo. Plans? That's a lot on the list there, bro. Disneyland Tokyo. Oh, that would be cool. I don't know which one. There's one. I think it's Disneyland Shanghai, Disney Shanghai, where they have that awesome Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's like nothing like ours. It's amazing. Like it's all kinds of like 3D and all kinds of stuff. I think that's Shanghai. I thought it was Tokyo for a minute, but I'd love to go on a Disney cruise too. That's a little bit out of my price range though. I think if we went on a cruise, I'd probably want to do like Royal Caribbean or something. There's a lot more included with your food and all that. Obviously, with Disney, you got a lot more cool stuff. I'd love to do like the Marvel night or the Star Wars night or something like that. Troll says there is another blogger named Ashtoons Travels. He has a few videos in his library on Fort Clinch. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, my friend. I remember who that was. She's a friend of mine. They had been to Fort Clinch. She was talking about it. Yeah, it looks really cool. Joel says $5 buffet. I'm there. Absolutely. Oh yeah. We have a casino in downtown Cincinnati. I drive past it all the time. Apparently, Hard Rock, right? Hard Rock Cafe bought it, but it doesn't say Hard Rock Cafe anywhere outside. I don't understand that. So if you're just driving by and you're not from around here, you wouldn't know that Hard Rock Cafe actually owns it. But what I was getting at, they had a really nice buffet. From what I hear, never actually eaten there, but they have all kinds of food. But it's been closed for so long. It might be like that in Vegas too. I don't know. Jason says the place I went to in search of gators is right next to Fort Clinch. Oh, okay. Man, boy, that's a popular place right now. Kathy says favorite trip to Pacific Coast Highway from LA to San Francisco with best spot, Big Sur. Yeah, that trip kind of sounds familiar, Kathy. Barry says, love Vegas, man. I don't gamble either. It's awesome. Had plans on seeing Aerosmith and Def Leppard there before COVID. Oh, man. Yeah, that would have been really cool. I love to see Aerosmith and Def Leppard. I think we're actually going to start having concerts here this summer. They've already got some scheduled. I'm not sure who or what they are, but they do have them scheduled at Riverbend. Annabelle says, I miss the mini Japantown at Epcot. Next time you guys go there, get me something from that cute little store. Haha, just kidding. You're not morally obligated to do so. You know what? We will be visiting at Epcot in September, Annabelle, so just make sure you remind me, and we might stop by there. Got all kinds of cool little candies and stuff in that store. We watched a video of one of the guys we watch on YouTube, and they had just gone through there. Some of the best candy you'll ever have, as far as like over the counter type candies. I don't know what it's a little different, not as sugary. All right, Annabelle. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Barry says, yes, Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney Shanghai. Yeah, it does look awesome. Or whatever looks awesome. Yeah, I've seen a couple YouTube. It is Shanghai. It's really cool. I'd love to go to Disney Shanghai. Mr. Furman says, yes. Yes, troll. Unofficial, official Hard Rock. Yep. I don't know why. Somebody had said something to me that there was a reason why they don't have a sign outside. some kind of agreement or something. I don't know. I don't know if they think it'll deter people away from the casino. I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of that casino anyway. There's one in Indiana that's right across the river from us. It's way better, way nicer too. Annabelle, oh wait, never mind. My dad is letting me stay up till 8. All right, welcome back, Grandma Kathy. Please make that gooey butter cake for my birthday. Kathy says she sure will. Troll says sweet. Derelict. Like I said, I won't say your real names on here, so don't worry about that. Highly recommend Niagara Falls. Oh man, I've never been there either. See, this is why I wanted to do this. You guys are giving me all kinds of ideas of vacation plans that I've forgotten over the years. I know travel restrictions are up in the air right now, but it is a sight to behold. Absolutely. Remind you of Gatlinburg. Oh, because of the shops and stuff. Yeah, it's Jessica's been there. She told me that the best place to see the falls is obviously from the Canadian side. But yeah, you can see them upstate there. Not as good. You don't get as good of a look. Nancy B says, yes, Kathy, that gooey butter cake. Yeah, no, let me know too, will you? Save me a piece. Everybody wants some gooey butter cake, Kathy, so get on it. Jess says, Niagara Falls is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Jess, we need to go there. We need to bypass a Disney trip for once. No, we just need to plan another trip. Kathy's on it. She's about to start baking. Derelict says, yes, very Gatlinburg-esque with the shopping and entertainment, way better than the U.S. side. Yeah. No, bypass. Oh, Jess is saying that. Yeah. No bypassing Disney. Yeah, that's cool, Derelict. Yeah, I'd love to go. I'd love to see a lot of these places too. You know, one couple of you guys mentioned Myrtle Beach. Never been to Myrtle Beach. I can't believe I've never been there. It's so beautiful. There's so much stuff to do there. I've heard nothing but great stories. Like I was saying before, I got a really good friend I grew up with who lives there now. I need to just take him up on that offer. Go out there for a couple days. He might be watching here tonight. Some of my friends don't comment on here. They'll just come in and watch for a little while, and that's fine. You don't have to comment. They just come in here and listen to me gab on for about 10 minutes, and then they'll text message me or something. Barry says, Jess, did you go to the Grand Canyon while you were in Vegas? If so, did you like it? I don't know if she's been to the Grand Canyon. I know I would like to go. I could think of a million places I want to go. And Kathy, like you were saying before, that trip, going from Los Angeles, Anaheim, going up the Pacific Coast Highway all the way to San Francisco. Best drive I've ever done in my life. Absolutely amazing. You drive along the West Coast and the Pacific Ocean. You know, the Atlantic Ocean's nice. The Pacific Ocean, you know, is massive as far as waves go. You never see 20-foot waves like that in the Atlantic. Jess says, we didn't go to Grand Canyon when we went to Hoover Dam. There's some good fishing at Hoover Dam. Go to the bait shop and get your damn bait. Oh, I couldn't help myself. Troll says, the Grand Canyon is real easy to find. Yeah, it's the biggest hole in America. Grand Canyon is breathtaking. Yeah, no hurricanes out west. Yeah, that's a plus. Of course, you got earthquakes. And that would be my luck, you know, right? We already traveled to Florida in the biggest hurricane on record in Hurricane Irma. I mean, when we drove down there, here's Florida, right? Here's Florida, and here's Hurricane Irma. And there we are driving right down to see the big mouse. 26 hours of driving. Couldn't find a hotel, no gas. That was quite the adventure. Eventually, I'm going to do kind of a collage videography or something of our trips to Disney and some of the pitfalls, and obviously talk about the good things, but you can't talk about all the good without talking about some of the bad. Kathy says, you sure do not. Those waves are powerful for sure. Yes, they are. I learned that real quick. When you can't stand up without a wave just knocking you over, you know you're in the Pacific. Jason says, we have a place in Georgia called Providence Canyon, aka the Little Grand Canyon. Hopefully we will do that on the channel this year. Yeah, that'd be cool. Heck yeah, man. You guys do all kinds of cool stuff. I love watching your channel, man. You guys, and honestly, that's the stuff that I love to do. I love hiking. I love going on outdoorsy type trips. There's not as much of that around here. I did a lot of videos when I first started my channel last year, doing a lot of hiking trails. I did some parks, a lot of stuff, and it just kind of I ran out of stuff. It was like if I there's more, but there's other stuff that we kind of got into and stuff. But that's what I love to do. I'm an outdoorsy person. I love camping. I love hiking. I love fishing. Nobody wants to sit there and see me try to catch a fish for hours, probably, though. I don't want to see that. Barry says, signing off. Y'all have a good weekend. You too, man. Take it easy, buddy. I got some cool stuff I'm going to be bringing up here probably next Friday. I got some interesting things I'm going to be doing here, and stuff I know you're going to like, Barry. So I'll chat with you about that later. Derelict says, you should do the gorge. I have thought about that, and I've got some issues with the gorge. I'd love to go down there. Yeah, I mean, it would be fun and everything. It's the gorge, Red River Gorge is what he's talking about. It's in Kentucky. Awesome place. It's kind of gotten a little too populated now. The last time I went, years ago, you could hike for miles and you wouldn't see anybody. Now it's like you go down there and there's just thousands of people. Still fun, though. Still beautiful. Troll says, thank you for the channel shout out. I appreciate it. No need to do it, but I appreciate it. Hey, I liked watching your channel. And in your last video you did, I noticed you were talking about the Swanee River. The Ohio River flooded, right? Like a few days ago. And the entire east end of the town is underwater right now. So let's think about those guys. They're dealing with a lot right now. It has started to go down. So thank God for that. But there's a lot of people who've had to get out of their homes because the Ohio River's, I think it was at like 60 feet and like 58 feet, but flood stage is like 52 feet. Also, if you know of Coney Island in Cincinnati, not the one in New York, the one in Cincinnati, it's completely underwater right now. That is like the worst place they could have ever built that park. The Ohio River floods probably it hasn't flooded in a while, but they have a big pole that sticks up out of the ground that shows you each year that it flooded and where it was. And it's like, why do you keep building places down here? Jason says, maybe one of the next time you're out this way, we can collab. Yeah, man. Absolutely. I'd love to do something like that. I need to get in touch with Jeff and Marie with Vacation Station TV and Bob from All About the Smokies, because I'd like to meet those guys when we go down there in April. even if it's just for a few minutes or something. Don't have to do a collab video, or I mean, that would be awesome to do if we got the time or something, but just be nice to meet some of you guys. We followed each other for a long time, and we're good buddies. Troll says yes. Yikes, prayers. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Those people, I feel bad for them. I would never live down there. And that's the one thing I don't get. It's like, right? And it's cheap, right? It's cheap rent, it's cheap housing. That's why. Jason says, I will check out your channel, Troll. We did a couple Swanee River videos. That's cool. Ask Jess. Every time we drive to Florida, I see that Swanee River sign. Way down upon the Swanee River. I am whistling that song pretty much till we get to Florida, and then it's zippity-doo-dah the rest of the way. Or Orlando, I guess I should say. Cool, Jason. I'm a storyteller and not a vlogger. Yeah, she's... Just check it out. Check her channel out. I like it. I like the way she words things. Great storyteller. Really interesting. More of a blogger, yeah. Derelict says, Cabrewing with Danno. Do it. Yeah, buddy. Whenever you're ready, sir. Well, it's got to get a little warmer. You know, my allergies have been killing me, and the weather here's been nuts, right? It was like 65 degrees yesterday. This morning, I get up to go to work, and it's 20 degrees outside. It shot up pretty quick. I think the high today was like 40, but man, this weather going up and down like this just killing my sinuses. Jason says, nice, Troll. Yes, Jason, nothing to my channel. I write and talk. Well, that's not nothing. That's actually pretty awesome. If I could follow a script, I would probably script these videos out that I do, and I wouldn't get so disjointed. I probably wouldn't have to edit so much either. That's the hardest thing. The hardest thing about this job, and they say it's not a job, it's something you love to do. You do this for 5 days in a row. You go out and you just try to find something to film because you set yourself up with an impossible challenge. Yeah. It would have definitely helped if I would have scripted this out a little better. I knew the places that I was going to. Oh, here's another question while everybody's in here. Has anybody ever eaten at First Watch restaurant? Do you have a First Watch restaurant near you? I did a video on the vlog challenge. That was the one I did when I was going to go down and do the train station, because our train station in Cincinnati has a lot of history. It's really awesome. I'm going to film it here eventually. I do have other videos on the Cincinnati Museum Center. The train station sits behind the museum center, and we'll get into that later. But if you haven't tried First Watch Restaurant, it's amazing. I have had nothing but good reviews, heard nothing but good reviews about it. Some of my friends have eaten there, and I finally ate there for the first time, and I was pretty amazed. I thought it was delicious. A lot of good health choices in there too. If you have some issues that different kind of food dieting and stuff, they're really good and particular about that kind of stuff. Now, I got the Works omelet because I like everything, but it was delicious. Another thing too, I thought this was interesting because I would never think to put sour cream on an omelet, right? You think, ugh. It was actually really good. I scooped the sour cream off because I didn't want it at first. Didn't know it came on there. And I actually took a bite of it with sour cream. I was like, man, this is a good, nice little combo here. Hi, Elaine. Good to see you. And she loves First Watch. Heck yeah. Honestly, I don't think I know anybody that's eaten there that doesn't like it. And they were real nice. Now, we're at this one in Cincinnati, but the service was fantastic. Everybody's saying hi, Lane. Jason says, I enjoyed your 5-day vlog challenge, Danno. Thanks, buddy. I know you watched every one of them. I thank you so much. Sometimes, it's you're doing these videos, and you know this. Sometimes you do these videos, and it's like you hope that somebody watches the whole series. Not that it was really just a challenge for myself to see if I could do this on an everyday basis. If I didn't have my regular job, if I was a full-time YouTuber, then yeah, I could. But when you're working another job, it just makes it. I don't know, man. It's tough. Quantum says, we had your vegetable soup recipe at Kathy's and it was great. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty delicious. And what's funny is, a lot of these cooking videos really did well. And I love to cook. I'll probably have more coming out here eventually. I don't want to just, throw them all out here at once. I know the biggest video that I did was the chicken and dumplings, and that is so easy to make. I mean, anybody can make that. If I can make it, you guys can make it. And it's, you do it in the crock pot. Actually, Jess, I think we're having chicken and dumplings tomorrow. And that vegetable soup comes out really good. The key to it, and my mom told me this one, you have to do the celery. Now, Jessica doesn't eat celery, but I still use the stalks. I still cook it with the fresh ingredients. You can take the celery out. That way you get the flavor. Because I've tried it without the celery, and it does not. It ends up being too thick. Doesn't have much of a taste to it. Troll says, how did you come up with your channel name? Oh, I don't know. What's funny is I never really realized until I started the channel how many adventures channels there are, right? And I remember being about a month or two into just making a crazy amount of videos and thinking, man, should I have done adventures with Danno? And, the funny thing is people were looking it up, friends of mine and stuff, and they were saying, well, I can't find it anywhere. And they were spelling it Danno, Dano. And I would tell them, like, well, that's Danno, not Danno. So it's been, I honestly don't really remember how I came up with the name. It was kind of just catchy, Adventures with Danno. Adventures with Dan or Daniel or something just didn't sound right. I was just going to use my name, but people were saying, "Oh, you don't want to put your name on here." Now I look at other YouTubers. They got millions of viewers and stuff like that. They all use their real names. So I don't know. I have thought about changing it, but I don't know. I'm always thinking about new things. Derelict says, favorite restaurant for breakfast. Favorite restaurants for breakfast? Oh, boy, that's a question, ain't it? That's my favorite meal too. It's definitely not First Watch. Not my favorite breakfast. Oh man, that's a tough. You would ask something like that. I don't know. Jess, what's your favorite restaurant for breakfast? Jess really isn't much of a breakfast fan. I'm easy though. I could eat breakfast anywhere. I could eat breakfast for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Let me put some thought into that for a minute. Jason says, who needs a regular job? Absolutely, man. And who knows? Maybe someday we'll get big and famous and we can just do this as a career. I have the hope. I have the faith. Oh, Nancy B says Cracker Barrel. That's a good one. I would pick Cracker Barrel's breakfast over First Watch. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, First Watch is great, and it was the first time I ate there, and I'm wanting to go back. A lot of restaurants are limited here on our side of Cincinnati. Here, there's not a lot of great restaurants anymore. Keep moving away, moving to the east side of town. Jason says Cracker Barrel hands down. Jess, we're going to Cracker Barrel tomorrow morning. Troll says I asked because it makes me think. I get that a lot. If Hawaii 5-0 Whit McGarrett would say, "Book 'em, Danno." Oh, everybody says that. I got this guy, a friend of mine I work with. He says that he'll answer the phone, "Danno," or "Book 'em, Danno." Derelict says, "Frisch's, yeah, Frisch's is a good breakfast too. It's plain, but uh, I love Frisch's breakfast buffet. I don't know if they've been doing that lately though. Um, but yeah, Frisch's is really good." Jess says anywhere that serves lunch. So Frisch's would be a winner for her. That Belgian place is pretty awesome. Uh, Taste the Belgium, Kwame, Quantum. Taste the Belgium, yeah. Troll said sorry. No, you don't have to be sorry. I love Hawaii 5-0. You kidding? Oh, come on, Annabelle. Waffle House. You can do better than that. What's funny? When I used to live about an hour north of here. I lived with a couple buddies of mine, and what I loved best about Waffle House is they were open at 2 a.m, and you could get breakfast if you wanted. Troll says, "I'm with Jessica." um, if I had to say my favorite breakfast both of them were Denny's. There's a place in Walton, Kentucky that when we drive down with Jessica's family to go to Florida, they always like to eat at Denny's in Walton, Kentucky. Absolutely delicious. Now, if you go to the one in Gatlinburg on the Strip, now they're kind of like Texas. They believe everything is big. Like you get an omelet, it's like this. I mean, it's huge. I usually get the one that has all the bell peppers and the onions and sausage, and man, I'm hungry. Yeah, I don't know. That Denny's might have been the best breakfast I've ever had. I remember the first time me and Jess went down to Gatlinburg. Man, I mean, that was delicious. It was the omelet was hanging off the sides. Everything was cooked to perfection. So yeah, derelict. Probably Denny's. The ones down there. Um, and that's the thing, some of the restaurants are better than the others, right? There's a Denny's up north here a little ways, and I don't know if it's just service or they don't know what they're doing, but it wasn't really good. We also ate at a Denny's in Florida that really wasn't that good. Everything was smaller portions, wasn't like the other two that I just mentioned. Excuse me. Nancy said, actually, if I had the money, we would all be eating breakfast tomorrow in Solvang. Okay. Wherever Solvang is. Hi, Laura. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Verona. Avenue Brew in Bellevue, Kentucky. Okay. I'll have to try that one. Avenue Brew. I'm always ready to go to a new place for breakfast. One I wanted to mention. Now we haven't eaten breakfast here yet, but we plan on it here at the end of April when we go down to Pigeon Forge. The Old Mill Restaurant. Now we ate there for lunch. I gotta say, next to my chicken and dumplings, that was the best chicken and dumplings I've ever had, and I've heard nothing but good things about their breakfast. One of the guys I follow on YouTube, he's a big pancake nut. And all the places down there, if you've ever been to Pigeon Forge, all down the strip, it's Pancake House, Pancake House, Pancake House. And the ones that he loved best was at Old Mill Restaurant. Jason says, scattered, covered, chunked, and capped. Absolutely. Your Uncle Gare loves Waffle House. I love Denny's. All right. Tell Uncle Gare Danno says hello. Tell Rob I said hello too. Annabelle says, all right, I'm going for realsies. Good night, Dan. Good night, Annabelle. Have a good night. And yeah, if you're interested in doing the streaming thing or something with your dad there, let me know and I'll show you guys how to work it out here. Yeah. Jess's breakfast is Mickey waffles. It's funny. We got that Mickey waffle iron. It was really popular. It seems like everybody had one there for a while. And it tastes more like pancakes. Like, even if you get the waffle stuff, the waffle batter, it still tastes like pancakes. They're not like the crispy ones that you get at Disney World or something. They're like the flat pancakes. Still great, still delicious, but it tastes more like pancakes than waffles. Daryl says for breakfast is Nancy B's. She makes a mean over easy. Yes, she does, doesn't she? She makes a mean anything. Mr. Furman says I am still here, just cleaning my living room. Awesome. Yeah, we got some cleaning we got to do this weekend. Pretty much the entire place. Annabelle says, bye, Jess. Quantum says, now anything tastes good at 2 a.m., but Perkins always at the spot. Man, I forgot all about Perkins. Jeez, Cuomo. Oh. We need to quit talking about all this food, guys. I don't know if you knew this, Quantum. Perkins turned into that Christine's restaurant. They moved from over there in Dent. Now they're where the old Perkins used to be. I don't think they're going to be open that late, but we don't stay up that late anymore anyway. At least I don't. I'm old. I don't like to admit it, but usually in by 9. Sometimes 10. Kathy says, you know it, Nancy, and since we are not Cracker Barrel with a Geta omelet at Anchor Grill is a close second. Never eaten at Anchor Grill. I need to try it. I've heard nothing but good things about Anchor Grill. I think we all just need to gang up and go to Cracker Barrel in the morning. That sounds like it'd be fun. Maybe do a video. Nancy B. Kathy, you are so right, man. I forgot all about that. So, Anchor Grill in the morning? Derelict says, do you think peanut butter on waffles is disgusting? The wife loves it. Oh, Derelict. We just did a video in that 5-day vlog challenge I did. Or wait a minute. Man, I've done so many videos in the last week. I can't remember which one's which. It's one where I make breakfast. It is. I think it's the behind the camera video I did. We make breakfast in the morning, and Jessica loads her waffles up with peanut butter. That's how she eats them. She loves it. So must be a wife thing. Jessica says, cleaning, that doesn't sound like fun. I know. I am not a fan, but it's got to get done. Jason says, peanut butter on anything is amazing. I love peanut butter, and really, I thought that the peanut butter on waffles was crazy, but I did try it. It's okay, but I still like my butter and syrup. Kathy says, oh man, Dan. Yes, you must. I know. I can't believe I've never eaten there. There's a lot of places I've never eaten. You know, there's this little place down the street from here. It's called Maury's Tiny Cove. And Jessica had eaten there before, but I never have. I think I might have eaten there when I was younger. They used to have these like stands where they would come out like during the festival and you could try their ribs and stuff like that. Most places, when you go to a nice restaurant, they bring you out bread, right? They bring you out some rolls, dinner rolls, whatever kind of their famous bread is and all that stuff. Not Maury's. Maury's brings you out the best dill pickles sliced. They have such a great taste to them. They make them in-house, but they are the best pickles on the planet, and they know it. And they bring it out to your table like they're serving you bread. Like this is their version of bringing you out like a starter. And I couldn't believe I'd never eaten there before. Jessica took me there on my birthday, and I got the best prime rib I've ever had in my life. And it really wasn't no different than eating at Longhorn or something. And it's in a nice, like, private area. It's not widely advertised. They kind of want to keep their attendance small. I think they do get credit on the weekends, and we were there on like I think it was like a Thursday night or something, so that could have been part of it. But it's a real nice place, real quiet, small, so you got that kind of comfortable, not too many people yelling and screaming. Nancy says, "Yes, you have. You just don't remember." Anchor Grill? Is that what you're talking about? I haven't eaten there, I don't think. Unless you're talking about Mari's. Kathy says, "Man, I forgot about Perkins too. No one has better pancakes than Perkins." And yes, you're right, Kathy. I miss Perkins pancakes. They were absolutely delicious. And since we are on the subject of Perkins, and what used to be right next door to Perkins was one of my all-time favorite restaurants in Ponderosa, and they got rid of it. Why? I mean, that place did so much business. If you want to eat at Ponderosa now, you gotta like go way down south. We found one in Florida. Man, we ate there, and it took me back. I mean, you get a steak, and I made sure that when we went there for dinner, I didn't eat all day. I was like, I'm ready. Like you get a steak, and I think you get the buffet for like $1. So I just got the smallest steak they had, and some of the best chicken wings in that buffet, and you can make tacos, just everything. I love Ponderosa. Also, some of you who are watching, Ponderosa and Bonanza are the same restaurant. So if you have Bonanza where you live, that's our Ponderosa, or what used to be. Hey, Doug, how you doing, buddy? What up, Dan? How are you? I am great, man. Glad to have you on here. Troll says Paula Deem's Family Kitchen in Pigeon Forge is a lot of food. No take-home containers either. Ooh, that sounds like a challenge. We were going to eat at Paula Dean's, and we had read a few bad reviews about it. I don't know. Yeah, let me know. Let me know how it is. I don't know. The last time we went to Gatlinburg, a lot of stuff was closed too. A lot of things had closed because of the COVID and all that stuff. Nancy says, "Okay, now I'm officially hungry. Yeah, I'm starving." Derelict says, Mari's has great burgers. I've heard that, yeah. They used to have beer tastings before the pandemic. Steak is not great, but they have some good food. Nice ambiance. Yeah, it's great. Great setting. I thought the steak was delicious. That might have been one that I had. I know their ribs are really good too, because as you know, when they had the West Fest, they would have that stand out there. And if you'd show up late at night, like when the festival's about to end, they have all these ribs that they're basically just giving away. So I'd be standing there about 5 minutes to 11 or something, like, how much you selling those ribs for? And the ribs were delicious. That steak I had was fantastic. Now when I go to a nice restaurant like that, normally if I'm cooking steak or something, if I'm getting it from the grocery store, I cook it medium to well done. I got that steak like rare. It was like rare, maybe a little bit of heat to it, but that could have had something to do with it. I forget what Jess had. She had I think she might have had that chicken parmesan. Mike Hunt says, "I wonder what restaurants have come to Cincinnati since I moved away to Myrtle Beach." Nice to have you in the chat. I don't. It's hard to say. Like, I feel like more restaurants are leaving. We're more on the west side of Cincinnati, so a lot of them are up near like Kenwood and Mason. Really, when we go to when we go somewhere, we love Texas Roadhouse. We love Red Lobster. Who doesn't love Red Lobster? Now there's a couple Red Lobsters further north here, but Texas Roadhouse we go to is in Kentucky. Any nice, really nice restaurant next to a couple are far away from here. 20-30 minute drive. Let's see here. I think I missed a couple here. Mr. Furman says root beer stand in Sharonville, not breakfast food, but great food. Oh, that's cool. I'm always down to try new stuff because, we don't get much new stuff on this side of town. What about the old Crookshank restaurant? Man, no kidding. Good old Crookshank. I love Crookshank. Crookshank went out of business. But the people who owned it, they passed. Their son, who owned Patrick's Sports Bar, uh, his brother is one of the cooks who took over Crookshank Restaurant that now they just kind of merged with the sports bar. So same good food, but it's at Patrick's Sports Bar. So if ever you're over here on this side of town, Patrick's Sports Bar, get that old Crookshank Restaurant taste. And they made some great omelets. Oh, let's see here. Ponderosa was the shizzle. The grand buffet was fire. Yes, it was, man. I could eat them wings all day. It wasn't, just regular wings. No, didn't need sauce. They were cooked to perfection. Derek says, I went to the Ponderosa. Which one? Kathy says, see you next time, Dan and Jess. Live long and prosper, and may the force be with you. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Jessica says, bye, Kathy. Sorry if it's taking me a while to catch up with you guys. I try to read and elaborate a little bit. And Jason says, have enjoyed tonight's live stream. Going to get the kids settled down. Everyone is invited to join us for part 2 of our hiking adventure tomorrow at 10 Eastern. There will be bunnies. No gators, but there'll be bunnies. That's awesome, man. Yeah. I actually got it saved. Yeah, he did part 1 last week. Definitely looking forward to part 2. Yeah, anybody want to check out PFAM5? That's my buddy Jason's YouTube channel. They do a lot of hiking in different parks and stuff like that. Pretty awesome. Just says fish and steak from Mari's. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that fish was really good too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Derelict. Might want to go back and try that steak, man. That was about one of the best steaks I've ever had. Well, best prime rib. Because you go to prime rib's kind of tricky, because there's a lot of fat on it. I don't like a lot of fat on anything. But somebody told me that prime rib is the way to go there. And it was delicious. Lane says, gotta go do some laundry. Take care and God bless. Nice to see you, Lane. Thanks for coming by. Derelict says, is there anything better than Texas Roadhouse rolls and Cheddar Bay biscuits? No, there's not, sir. Man, we need to get off the food subject. This whole live stream was, we've already got through the vacation part. If you want to talk about vacations, go ahead. We're all talking about food because we're starving. Doug says, closer to spring, good things in the air. Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, and Doug, something you missed earlier, and we were talking about vacations, and I know we were talking about vacations. So what's your favorite place to vacation, Doug? I know you were interested in that. People brought up a lot of good stuff. Fort Clinch in Florida was one of them. Myrtle Beach. I've never been to Myrtle Beach. Of course, we were talking Disney World, all that good stuff. One of a good friend of mine earlier, Jamie, she's a travel agent. And if anybody, wants a good travel agent, if you don't know how to get a hold of her, you can message me or something. Leave me a private message and I can leave you her link or something. I just can't do this in the live chat right now. Mike says, thanks for letting me know that. Whenever I'm in town, I'll have to come by and check it out. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Troll says, no, Daryl, there isn't. Yeah. I mean, we get that. I don't know if where your grocery stores are or anything, but our grocery store, Kroger's, they sell the biscuit mix from Red Lobster. It's just not the same. It tastes similar, right? And Jessica does a great job on them. I mean, I they're as good as you can possibly make at home. But there is just something about Red Lobster and the way they cook those. I don't know, man. It's like crack. Quantum says, Christy and I are jumping off too. Great show. Hey, thanks, Quantum. Thanks for joining, guys. Good to see you. Joel says, night, P fam. Good night, Jason. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for joining. Definitely check it out in the morning. Mike says, is Maury's Tiny Cove closed also? No. No, we were just talking. Jessica took me there for my birthday. If you know Crookshank Restaurant, you probably definitely know where Maury's is. They're still open. It was delicious. The one thing I never really care for at a restaurant is a salad, right? I mean, I don't know. I look at eating a salad like that's just gonna weigh me down more for the big, the big entree. But the way they do their salad, it's like shredded, and they kind of mix it all together, and they have that real nice in-house ranch dressing. The salad was amazing. I could have probably eaten 2 of those. Jessica says, bye, Kwame. Bye, Christy. Good night, everyone. Jessica says, bye to everybody. Nancy says, I got to go too. Have a good night. You all have a good night. Thanks for joining. Mike says, convocation to Myrtle Beach and catch up with a homie. Yes. So I believe I know who you are now. And we were talking about Myrtle Beach earlier. I won't say any names. Like I said before earlier in the show, there's a few people on here that, they don't want their name out because they changed their name for the YouTube chat. So I respect that. And I try not to slip either. I almost did on Derelict. You get going and you start thinking of old memories with people, Troll says they never come out right. No, they don't. The rolls, yeah, they don't. What were the other ones here? Oh yeah, the Texas Roadhouse rolls. Jeez, those are delicious. You know what makes those delicious though? The rolls are good, but that cinnamon butter that they use, oh man, that's delicious. Mr. Furman says, hey, went to IKEA last night. Love their meatballs. Love the Swedish meatball, huh? I wasn't a big fan. I went with Jessica and her mom a couple years ago. I never tried their meatballs before. I tried a couple of them. There was something I got there that was really good. But her mom loves them, I think. I forget she gave me a couple of them. They're okay. Daryl says, you need to display more of your guitar mastery on this channel, bro. Shred their faces off. I do have a couple videos where I've played some guitar and stuff. I did a tribute to Van Halen. Not sure what playlist I have that in. I'm pretty sure that's just under home vlogs. And I did for those of you who don't know, the intro to my videos, that when it goes to Adventures with Danno and splits in between, the beginning of the show, that's me playing guitar on that. That's all me. And you're right, Derelict. I have put thoughts into starting another channel. I'm a little afraid to put a lot of the guitar stuff on this channel because YouTube is real particular about music. And I know I could play all my own music, but there are that that I would be able to, oh, this is so and so. Like if I play my own song, and this has happened to a lot of people. Like if I play one of my own songs and it sounds a lot like Black Sabbath or something, well, then I'll get tagged for that. And yeah, I can prove that it's my song and everything, but it's a big process and it's a lot of work to kind of work that out. So I have thought about starting a secondary channel with more musically involved. I appreciate that though. Be fun to jam with everybody again. Dave says, I don't mind telling my name. This is just our family channel name I am under. Yeah, Dave. Mr. Furman. He's a good guy. Yeah, I'm just, for people that I see in here that are purposely trying to hide their names, I'm just not going to say. I'd rather just read it off and say it like that. Except Mike here trying to be funny. I love that name. Mike got locked out of the Google account I had for years, so I had to start a new one. Okay. Mr. Furman, because yeah, I now have 2 display cases to build. That's why I don't go to IKEA. It looks cheap. It is cheap. And then it's not cheap anymore because you just bought a crap ton of stuff. Derelict, love the intro. Thanks, man. Yeah, I took it out for a while. I brought it back for the 5-day vlog challenge because I don't know, kind of making it like a little mini series, and it fit real well. A lot of things too, like for people who don't know me or for new people that come to the channel and all that stuff, I like to kind of get to the meat of it quick. It's like once people get to know me, then they'll recognize the song. Like Barry, one of my subscribers and everything, he noticed it right away. He's been following me from the beginning. He said, "Hey, you brought the old song back." And, I didn't really think about it that some people actually liked the intro, right? But like for people, I try to think like for new people coming in, they want, they're not concerned with an intro. They want to see what you're talking about. Like if you're at the Sensei Zoo or if you're at King's Island or something like that, that intro's 25 seconds, which doesn't seem like a long time, but for somebody new coming in, well, that's 25 seconds that I could be showing that roller coaster or something. I don't know. I maybe find a better way to incorporate it here at some point. I need a good graphics designer. Mike says, have you been using your own guitar talents in your videos? I do sometimes. A couple of them. Like I was just saying, the intro to that I created was all done by my guitar. I don't do like, because I thought about doing like some blues stuff because there are some things that you can get away with on YouTube. There is one chord. Okay. Now, if ever you play guitar and you play on YouTube, a D minor 7, right, which is a very common Pink Floyd, uh, uh, Guns N' Roses. D minor 7 is a very common rock tone. And for some reason, YouTube's algorithm will pick that up and match it with a copyrighted song. So if you're going to play, and they might have fixed this within the last year, but it was a very big issue. And I tested it. I sat there and I played another brick in the wall, right? But I just played that D minor 7. And boom, I uploaded. I didn't set it public, so I didn't get in trouble for it. But as soon as that came up, it came up another brick in the wall, copyright claim, which a lot of people are confused with copyright claims and copyright strikes. You can have a copyright claim on your channel. I won't never have one. That's why I don't do it. But a lot of people do. And you can play music. You can play any song you want to on YouTube, and you won't get in any trouble. But if you have a copyright claim, what that means is that if ever you get monetized, if ever YouTube says, okay, we're gonna put ads in your channel, you're gonna get paid. But if you have a copyright claim, all that money that you get is gonna go to that artist. And for some reason, that I don't know what it is, but that D minor 7, if you ever play guitar, don't play it on there. And a lot of my songs, of course, they're all played on that chord. Troll says, yes, their bots are ridiculous. Yes, they are. They need to work that out better, but I do understand. Like, there's so many millions and millions and millions and millions and billions of videos and YouTubers and all this other stuff. It's like you can't have people doing this stuff. You have to have your computer network. You have to have the algorithm system that they've set up, which is actually really good, except for when it comes to music. But you have to have stuff like that. I understand why, and it's mostly for people that are trying to put stuff on here that is dirty. I mean, it targets that kind of stuff right away. Which, I mean, you need that kind of stuff. Even though on my channel, right, I could sit here and cuss till my eyes turn red, right? I could sit here and curse anytime I want. Why? Because my channel is set up that it is not for kids. Now, I'm not going to do that because I have kids that come and watch my channel. I know I do. I mean, I have family, friends, subscribers. I mean, some moms and dads let their kids watch whatever they want. And this is a channel that's focused around family fun, adventures, vacations, vlogging. And I'm just not that kind of person that's going to sit here and cuss all the time. But I could if I wanted to and not get in trouble for it. And no cussing in the comments, please, because I have to delete those. You're not allowed to spell out curse words. I don't know what that's about, but I can say it, but I can't spell it out. Derelict says, do you follow ERV TV at all? No. Not sure what that is. Troll says, well, my name is Danielle. If you want to remember, you can call me Danielle. Oh, I know Danielle. And yeah, once you say your name in here and you're comfortable with me saying your name online, that's fine. Like, I know your name. And I heard was it Jeff and Marie or Bob, who I heard them calling you by your name. But, I'm not. When you do it on my channel, then I'll call you by your name. So Derelict says, hi, Dan. Love Mrs. Lecht. Love you too, Mrs. Lecht. Oh, see, like right there, like I could say I know both their names. But I'm not going to say it. Danielle says, I'd make a whole video playing nothing but the DM7. Yeah. Well, and that's why I did it. That's why I sat there and played the chord for so long, because I was like, I need to prove to myself that I just wasn't, because I thought it was crazy. I'm like, I can now, I put, for a while there, I was putting video after video after video on Facebook, right? I'm playing Black Sabbath, Aerosmith, all the classic rock, AC/DC, anything you could think of that's rock, hard rock, or classic rock, I would play. You don't get any trouble. Of course, you're not making any money either, right? There's a difference. Like, and that's what I was saying about the whole monetizing. Like, they don't care. I could sit here and play the whole Black album of Metallica, right? I could sit here and play it all. I just can't get paid for it. Like, I can't, if ever I get monetized, I won't be able to monetize those particular videos. Now, some people do that to drive traffic to their channel, right? So if I'm, and I thought about this sometimes, like, well, I'd have a bunch of copyright claims that I'll never be able to monetize, but somebody might want to watch an awesome way to play a Metallica song that could drive a lot of traffic to my channel. Of course, then when they listen to Metallica and realize we're pretty much all about vacations, they're not going to stay long. Now, I've thought about doing stuff like that, but I don't know. I've been careful this far. I've done 139 videos. Tonight's live streams count as videos. So this will be my 140th video since I've started in June, and I have no copyright claims. So I'm going to keep it that way. Jessica says, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Oh, is it time? That's the bell. Yeah, it is 8:30. Well, it's fun talking to all you guys. And I quit saying 7 to 8 o'clock because half of you, a lot of people don't get here till quarter till or right at 8 o'clock. So I like to stay on a little longer so that everybody gets a chance to come in and chime in on some of the stuff we're talking about and everything. Doug says, wow, did not expect Netflix and Google Chromecast so expensive to start a month. 89 to I'm not sure what you mean there, Doug. Is that what they're charging? Is that for the device, or are you talking about a month for the service? There's no way that's that much a month for the service. Yeah, no, we pay like 18. I think it just went up like a month or two ago. Netflix is now $17.99 a month, but we pay it because Netflix is awesome. Honestly, though, HBO Max, and Disney Plus giving Netflix a run for their money because all I pretty much watch anymore is HBO Max and Disney Plus. Disney Plus for Star Wars and Marvel, HBO Max for awesome movies and DC. Which those of you who don't know, DC, Superman, Batman, those characters. Mr. Furman says, a friend of mine plays guitar in a band called the Damn Stiffs. He is on the west side of Cincinnati. Oh, that's cool. Well, hopefully they'll be able to play out here soon. Because Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, just announced that we can have, we're having festivals. Oh, man, I can't wait to do some festivals. We have a lot of good music, and there are a lot of good local bands around here. If ever you're in Cincinnati, if you don't live here already, if ever you're in Cincinnati, check out some of the local bands. One of my best friends is in a band called The Miners, like the miners, not the children, the miners, coal mining. They're a great band. I would consider them like an alternative classic rock type sound. Great music. Check them out. They have a YouTube channel now too. Miners, the Miners. Doug, you would love that band. I know what kind of music you like. They're really good. And they play out all over here. But they haven't been able to lately because of the virus and everything. But they're going to be starting up some shows. 140, that's impressive. 140 videos. Yes. I had to think about that for a second. I know, man, that's crazy. Oh, it's hard to believe. Yeah, that now, another thing, I know some people have left, but one thing I wanted to bring up too is that on Tuesdays or Thursdays, when I post videos, I'm not going to be posting them in the morning anymore. I'm going to be posting them at 4 o'clock. I'm going to try a bit of a time change because of, it's one of them things where I'm not. I wanted to put them out early, so in case you work night shift, or if you get up in the morning and you just know to come back. I was checking out my analytics in my YouTube Creator Studio, and it's set up a diagram of when most of my viewers watch my shows, and it was right around 4 to 4:30, and it shows you the best time to actually upload a video, and it was coming up 4 o'clock. So I'm going to try 4 o'clock and see how that goes. Danielle says this has been fun. I appreciate your time and live stream. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in, Danielle. It is a lot of fun. This is a blast. I love hanging out with everybody Friday nights. It's been really nice to do this with everybody. get in touch with a lot of the fans and a lot of the viewers, and we really appreciate you all watching, and we're going to keep it going strong. We're so excited. Spring's coming. There's a lot more things we can do in the spring. Got vacations coming up. So uh, if you haven't watched any of my Smoky Mountain vacation vlogs, Danielle, you should check them out. They're really awesome. We did some really cool stuff. And a lot of people have gotten in touch with me about some of the stuff we did that they didn't even know, which was really stuff that we kind of just stumbled on. You know, we have a lot of fun for what we do too. Like one thing that was kind of dumb, but we had a great time doing it. There's a Jurassic boat ride down in Pigeon Forge, which is the cheesiest boat ride dinosaur experience ever. Half the animatronics didn't really move right. They're so loud, but the way me and Jess are talking in the video, it is just hilarious. Like, we're making fun of it, basically. We had heard that it was real cheesy, but sometimes cheesy is fun. And it was. We had a blast. It was great. A little expensive. I think it was like $15 a person, which is a little much for something that lasts about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. But it's worth it if you've never done it before. I know this time down in Gatlinburg, we're gonna try and do one of the dinner shows, maybe the Pirates, or what's that really famous one where the lady chases the guy? I forget the name of it. Doug says yes to start a package deal. Yes. That's crazy, man. That's way too much money. You're getting ripped off. Yeah. Don't do it. If prices have gone up that much, then, I mean, we have cable too, and we don't pay that much for our cable. That's crazy. Oh, you need to look into that, Doug. That don't sound right. Why did I start my channel? Derelict says. Because we were in the middle of a pandemic and I was bored to death. No, honestly, I think I was just sitting down and I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and I was like, you know what? This is something I can do. This is something that sounds awesome. Maybe in these dark times, I can bring a little bit of entertainment. Maybe I can make people laugh. Maybe I can make people forget about a lot of the stuff that they're going through right now. And that was my motivation. That was definitely the motivation for starting the channel. And I really never thought it would amount to anything. And yeah, just keeping it up, and I'm enjoying doing it. And it's going to be up forever. I hope to someday make this a full-time thing. I am constantly learning how to make videos better. Sometimes you got to spend a little bit of money, but the way I look at it is it's an investment. And when I say a little bit of money, it's not a lot at all. Like, I've invested in some lighting, camera, microphone, some things to help live streaming better. But honestly, I love doing videos. I love going out and doing adventures and stuff. But I love doing this. I love sitting here chatting with you guys about the videos we've done, what we've had to do to make you guys. For those of you who don't do this or know about it, there is a lot of stuff. I don't really go into it as much as I wanted to in the behind the camera video. I may do another one of those eventually, but there is a lot of stuff that goes into these videos. For a 20-minute video, I probably have anywhere from an hour. That Cincinnati Zoo video was about an hour and 20 minutes of film, right? That I edited down to 18 minutes. And it's a lot of work. But when you get to the end result, that's what makes it worth it. Danielle says, that is nuts, Doug. Yeah, it is, buddy. Yes, it is. It has the new Chromecast. I don't know what you mean, Doug. Yeah, that ain't right. Or you just got ripped off. I hate to say that, but yeah, that's nah. Oh, Danielle says, I can't wait either. Unfortunately, the Shrimp Festival in Fernandina got canceled this year. Still going to be camping at Fort Clinch. Awesome. That's one nice thing about living in Florida. You can pretty much camp all year round. Boy, I keep telling Jess that we need to move to Florida. Obviously we got our family and friends up here, and that's why we don't. But boy, I have no problem being in the sun 24/7. Hey, George, how you doing, buddy? Not too much. Thanks for joining. I was just talking about your band. We're just talking about the Miners, and yeah, they're a great band. We're just somebody had asked me about doing guitar on here and everything, and some of the things, maybe in another channel at some point. And I was talking about you guys, and yeah, Doug, if you want to check their band out, it's the Miners, Miners. You'll like them. Danielle says, okay, will do. George says, Dan, I was thinking of planning a trip to Disney. My oldest son is autistic. Do you know any of the benefits that families with a kid with autism could get at Disney? I do. Absolutely. And I could talk to Jessica more about that for you, George. Now, earlier I had one of my travel agent friends on here, Jamie. So, and she is a great travel agent and she knows all about those kind of things. And you should talk to her. I'll get in touch with you after the live stream here, or you can leave me a private message or something. I can leave you a link to her, or I'll talk to Jess. And but yes, there's definitely some benefits to that. Um, I know you can work something out to where for the rides you can go right to the front of the line, or wait outside the crowds of the lines and stuff. That's one benefit I know about. But yeah, I'll talk to you about that later. Derelict, guitar oriented. Who is your guitar influence? Well, you know who that is, don't you? Randy Rhoads, baby. Pretty much any guitarist that has ever played for Ozzy. Honestly, my biggest, I love Jakey Lee. Jakey Lee played with Ozzy for a little while, but he is about one of the best guitarists ever. I mean, he came right after Randy Rhoads, and then there was Zakk Wylde, even Tony Iommi. I mean, any guitarist that's ever played for Black Sabbath's been my influence. Of course, I like all the greatest too. I like David Gilmour and from Pink Floyd, and uh, who doesn't like Jimi Hendrix? Man, there's a lot. But yeah, Randy Rhoads probably grew up listening to that Ozzy, man. Danielle says yes, especially with a hammock tent. Absolutely. I usually do the tent and a air mattress, which is just as good. Hammocks are probably the best. Doug says that zoo should be open more regular this spring. Zoo's open every day now, Doug. Actually, if you buy a single day ticket, you don't even need a reservation anymore. You can just go. Mr. Furman. Me. Tell George about me. 2-time Make-A-Wish fan. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dave Furman's daughter is special needs, and he does all, he would know. He knows all about that kind of stuff down at Disney. I don't know how you guys can get in touch. Might be able to send a link or a private message to each other somehow. And you're welcome, George. I just seen your message. Big thumbs up from Danielle. Yeah, I don't know, Dave. Maybe you could send George a private message there. All right, guys. Well, give a couple more minutes here on the wrap up, and then I'm gonna probably go eat some cold pizza. George is a good friend of mine, Dave, so I can hook you guys up. George, just look me up on Facebook. Yeah, George is on my Facebook. I'll I'll, I'll connect you guys. We'll do that here after the stream. Yeah, George, if you're still on, his Facebook is DB Furman, and he can help you out with any of that stuff. Doug says, I got the whole weekend off. Man, that's rare. May just have to check out new attractions at the plaza. New stores should be opening soon, you know. They're all open, dude. Doug, you're sleeping, buddy. You tired? Did you work at 12 today? Yeah, Old Navy's open. That's really the only store, unless you want to go to that beauty shop. Ulta Beauty. I don't know. I had such high hopes for those 5 stores. Like, we thought, they had said something about putting an eatery in there, like a kind of like a mall restaurant type thing. That ain't coming. They got another sleep outfitters that we don't need. We've got 50 bed stores on this side of town. Don't make any sense. Let's put another one. And then Spectrum, right? Spectrum took the whole corner store, like where Sears used to be down there. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe they put in a bunch of stuff nobody's going to ever do. It's going to get shut down in a few years. Old Navy used to be there, as you know, and now they have the new one there. I can't even, not to joke on myself here, but I mean, Old Navy's what the max size they sell is a large. I can't fit in any of that. Derelict says, do you keep in touch with any of the Leon's crew, neighbors, etc.? Yeah, some of them. I haven't seen Bob in a long time. Dave says, cool. Danielle says, so new Navy instead of Old Navy. Yeah, I don't know why they came back. I mean, these stores, they get shut down for a reason, right? Because they're not selling nothing, or they leave because they're not selling anything, and we're gonna bring it back. I don't know. That's weird. I wish they'd bring back Red Lobster. Derelict says they took down Sears for Ulta. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing that I don't know. Yeah, I was a little disappointed in all that, but I usually am. It's like you see a new building being built over here on this side of town, and you think, oh, great, a new restaurant. And then it turns into another fitness center. Like, I don't want to work out. I want to eat. Which one brings in more money? $10 a month Planet Fitness or $30 a plate Red Lobster? Probably $10 a month Planet Fitness. Bring back Dev Rose. Yeah. No, thanks. There were a lot of people that were upset that Dillard's left. All right, guys. Well, it's been a fun night. Really enjoyed it. Nice having you guys on here. Thanks for joining the show. Next week, I got some interesting things we're going to talk about, some new things coming up with the channel. Don't really want to discuss it right now, but we'll have a nice title to discuss and everything. Dave says, you heard what Disney announced this week? My wife is nervous. What's that, Dave? No, I haven't. They firing another 100,000 people? So now I'm curious. Yeah, Dillard's was a big deal. Disney seems like they announce something every day, Dave. It's always something good or bad. Disney stores closing. Well, that ain't good. Oh man, I hope they don't close hers. Hmm. Well, just another reason why we need to start opening everything back up. You know, I normally don't like to go too knee deep into this stuff. I know it's not what people really want to talk about, but more they need to get the vaccine out here, get everybody vaccinated who wants to, start that herd immunity, whatever it is, and start opening up everything. Wear a mask, wash your hands, be safe, enter at your own risk. We were talking about our pool getting open this year and everything. And we're saying, they better open the pool because we want to swim. And nobody around here, you know, not saying they don't care, but everybody's careful. Everybody knows you got to be careful. Don't don't go licking a telephone pole or anything like that. Be safe, do the precautions, get the stores open. You know, these things are happening because people are losing millions of dollars. You don't want the millionaires to start losing millions of dollars because when they do, that's when Disney stores start closing down. That's when they start firing thousands and thousands of employees. I mean, like I said, I don't like talking about this stuff, but it does need to be heard. These people, we need to get everything open back up, and we need to do it safely, and we need to do it fast because the economy isn't going to start rebounding. Eventually all these stimulus checks and all this stuff is going to have to get paid back into the economy one way or another. And that's what it is, right? Because we need to spend money so that the rich stay rich, so they quit taking away from the people who have nothing. And I hate to say it like that, but that's how it is. And that's why these places are closing. And until Disney, the giant, is making their quota, right? Because they have to make their quota to pay everybody. I'm not saying it's their fault, but we need to get it all open. Disneyland, all these places out in California are starting to open. 15% seems a little low, but at least they're finally getting open. So hopefully, with all these things happening, these things will start opening up. People be able to go back to their jobs. And I have a story. I'm not going to go into it tonight because we're already pretty late on here. But um, yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, Dave. That's crazy. Doug says there was rental problems at Plaza. There's always rental problems at Western Hills Plaza, Doug. Always. I think Target owns the entire lot, and that's part of the problem. Dave says, stop shopping online all the time and worrying if the Amazon Drive is going to leave himself on the products you ordered. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see that, Dave. But I hear you. That is something I do like to shop at stores. You know, I go to Target. I go to Big Lots. I go to these stores to try and give them business. And then I go to Best Buy, right? I go to Best Buy the other day and I'm looking for new equipment, new stuff for the channel and all that. And they're like, there's the store's practically empty. And they say we're closing March 6th. I'm like, closing. So Best Buy is closed. So that's why everybody's ordering from Amazon because you can't find anything else. Everybody's closing. Danielle says, yes. Oh, brick and mortar all the way. It's good to keep the small businesses in business. When you hear the higher ups and all those people talk about keeping small businesses, you know what I hear? I hear the people in the city and in the areas that we live that are saying, "Hey, keep this little tool shop open. We need to shop here. We need to shop here." I do. I go to the small pro hardware. I go to the places where, I can give them money to keep them in business. The problem is that there's not thousands of people doing that. You have every few people that think that way, and then you have, well, we're ordering on Amazon because it's convenient and cheap. I mean, it's a tough world. I mean, really, who's Amazon's only competitor as far as stores goes? Walmart, right? That's it. Walmart is it. You can't find prices cheaper than that. I went to Walmart earlier. Yeah, Danielle, you have to. You got to keep the mom and pop businesses in here. Otherwise it's going to all be Amazon. You can't even compare it to anybody. It's Amazon or bust. We have an Amazon in Hebron, Kentucky, a big plant, where they big packaging center and all that, where they ship everything out. And it's like, man, I don't know how many people they employ, which is good for us, but it's like you see the Amazon trucks everywhere around here. All right, guys, time to wrap it up. I appreciate you guys staying on late with me here. It was a good time, really fun, really enjoyed it. Great talking about all the vacations and stuff earlier. 5-day vlog challenge completed. I don't know if I'll ever do that again, but I will have videos out weekly, and we'll have fun every Friday night, 7 o'clock, 7 to 8, maybe 9, however long you want to sit on and chat with me. So with all that being said, you know what I'm going to say. I'm out. And remember, the adventure is out there.